Okay, so here we are with a practice sentence. My mom complained to Senna that. So you see that the word that really cues me in that this is going to be a flow quote. My mom complained to Senna that there aren't enough hours in the day. So this is a quote. It's the thing that mom said, but the introduction to the quote flows right into the quote as part of the same sentence. So no punctuation, lowercase letter. So I'm going to submit that answer. And here's another one. Gilderoy Lockhart looked thoughtful and said. So this is one of those situations where it's a phrase. It's not a complete sentence, and it doesn't flow. So, looked thoughtful and said this needs to be a comma. And this is correctly capitalized. Skittles are probably my favorite candy. So we'll submit that one. Here's another one. Unless Gregory Goyle's wish for a crazy miracle comes true, he's going to lose this game of Scrabble. So, this is another flow quote. This phrase flows into the quote crazy miracle. So we don't want any punctuation, and we don't want this to be capitalized, unless Gregory Goyle's wish for a crazy miracle comes true. That all goes together, one sentence. Ginny Weasley stared at the sky and asked. This is correctly punctuated with a comma because this example is a phrase, it's not a complete sentence, and it does not flow into the quote. So the quote starts with capital letter correctly. This is correct as is. Now, you can often tell a dialogue quote like this because of the verb. If it ends with a verb like asked or said or says or asks, or something that means the same thing as that, then that a verb that refers to talking, then it's probably going to be a dialogue quote. And in those cases, it will take a comma, capital letter. Do some more. Professor Moody frantically shares his excuse for being late. This is the first time we've seen one of these. This is a colon quote. So he uses a colon because this is a complete sentence. Professor Moody frantically shared his excuse for being late is a complete sentence. It could stand on its own. And then the quote itself needs to have a capital letter because that's also a complete sentence. So this part's a complete sentence, this part's a complete sentence, separated by a colon. Sirius Black fastened his seatbelt on the airplane and announced Disneyland or bust. So, this is just like I was saying before. Announced is a synonym for said, right? So, that signals that we've got a dialogue quote, needs a comma. The quote starts with a capital letter. So, hopefully that helps with that part. I'll make a third video that goes over the next section.